There is a lot of problems with the UFC right now. And one of the biggest problems is matchmaking. Matchmaking has been a problem for so many years, and this is a prime example. The UFC is planning to book the rematch between Alexander Volkanovski and Yair Rodriguez next. While we get the number one deserving contender, Movsar Evloev, fighting debuting Aaron Pico. It's an issue because before I continue, I want to say I've seen a lot of people talking about how Yair is 3-1 in his last 4. That is untrue. And if you are saying that, shame on you, because you just don't know history. Yair Rodriguez is 2-2 in his last 4. So, I bet you someone in here says he's 3-1. Look at this. The Hood will be cheering when he gets finished for a 3rd time in his last 4. It's just, it's just not true. But, whatever. But yeah, and then we get Movsar versus Aaron Pico. I mean, I've seen some Aaron Pico. I did some watching. He's a good wrestler himself. He's got some nasty hands. So Movsar's probably not going to want to stand for too long, but I do trust him to get the takedowns, to get the grappling going, and win a decision. It is 5 rounds, which I believe likely benefit Movsar. But one take I do have is that this fight's more of a gamble. I think Volkanovski beats both Yair and Movsar, but I think he beats Movsar a lot more convincingly. Yair is a lot more dangerous. He kicks very hard. He's very quick, but he's fragile. Movsar has got no power. He's got no threat. He's not a threat to anybody on the feet by knockout or on the ground by submission or TKO. He's just not that guy. He doesn't hurt people. He doesn't put anybody in danger. He just kind of outdoes them with no damage. That's the Movsar style. Whereas Yair can knock people out. He can knock out Volkanovski if he lands a perfect kick to the chin. So this fight's more dangerous for Volkanovski. I think he probably would have beaten Movsar. I think Volk probably would have beaten Movsar like 5-0, 50-45, something like that. Or maybe a TKO after winning every previous round. I don't see what kind of issues Evloev presents to Volkanovski whatsoever. I don't think he's got anything for him. Whereas Yair, he does. So yeah, I will be taking Volkanovski by late rounds TKO or decision over Yair in the rematch, and I will be taking Movsar Evloev by decision. And I do want to point out I'm wearing headphones this time because I will be doing something that has audio, and I do not want double audio in my video. I will be interviewing Dana White right here. Totally real, not AI. A real interview with Dana White. But in other news, there's some other fight announcements. Big Marcel is the guy to go to. That's a good fight right there. Yes. I will be taking Anthony Hernandez here in this by ground and pound TKO or decision. I'd imagine. I don't really rate Roman Dolidze, so Mike Debek Orba. I don't know who Tafik Musayev is. I may have to find out who that is before this fight happens, but until then, I got Mike Debek Orba. I got Trevin Giles, Angelusa. I got Rodolfo Bellato because I don't really think you can trust Paul Craig to win a fight ever again. He's just not good enough. I got Yasmin Lucindo. Very masculine, very strong. I got Jimmy Crute. I'll take Vinicius Oliveira here in this fight. I could be wrong because I've never rewatched it, but watching it live, I kind of thought Kyler Phillips did awful against Rob Font. So, who I believe is fighting Song Yadong next. I'll be taking Song Yadong by knockout in that fight. I'll be taking CLD here. I think he should win this pretty easily. Derek Lewis main event. My take is I think Derek Lewis should be a mainstay on a main card. I mean, if you have a card that has a great main event, a good co-main event, and a good card under it, and then you throw a Derek Lewis fight in there, everybody's gonna be hyped. But main events, we should keep Derek Lewis away from main events. But Tagir Ulanbekov should win that one. Patchy Mix will probably win this one, but Mario Bautista, do not count him out. Neil Magny will probably win that one. So we got some good fights coming up. I got Bogdan Grad. I actually got Bruno Ferreira in this fight. I have never really been too impressed from Ikram Alaskarov, so we'll see. And in this fight, I'm gonna trust Tatsuro Taira. So we got some good fights coming up. I'll do more in-depth breakdowns when those cards come around. But yeah, speaking of these two abomination fights that shouldn't be happening, here comes the interview with Dana White. Everybody, Dana White will be joining me for an interview. Totally real and not AI. Right. Hello, Dana.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing great. I'm looking forward to an awesome fight night this coming Saturday.
You mean like next weekend? Because there's no event tomorrow.
Oh yeah, it's been such a long week. Next Saturday it is. We've got two great cards, one in Miami and another in Abu Dhabi.
I don't think that's right. I don't think...
Well, I'm the president of the UFC, so I know what I'm talking about. Trust me. We've got some amazing fights lined up for next Saturday.
Alright, I do have some questions for you, though, if you don't mind. Come on, camera. What the fuck? Focus.
All right, shoot. What's your question?
Explain to me why Alexander Volkanovski is fighting Yair Rodriguez again in Guadalajara, Mexico, instead of Alexander Volkanovski versus Movsar Evloev.
That's a good question. The reason behind Volkanovski fighting Yair Rodriguez again is that the first fight was a close one, and we think the rematch has potential to be even more exciting. As for why the fight is in Guadalajara, Mexico, it's a strategic decision to expand the reach of the UFC and bring our amazing events to a new market.
Okay, but you do understand that Movsar Evloev deserves the title shot more and should have gotten it?
I understand that Movsar Evloev has been on a winning streak and certainly has the skills to be in contention for a title shot. But the decision for who gets the shot ultimately comes down to a combination of factors, including overall record, recent performance, and marketable appeal. In this case, we believe that the rematch with Yair has the potential to be a more exciting and entertaining match.
Yeah, but Movsar is undefeated. He's beaten Aljamain Sterling, former champs. He's beaten Arnold Allen. Yair's 2-2 in his last 4. I mean, your matchmaking is dog shit, Dana.
All right. Let's keep it respectful here. I understand that you have your opinions about our matchmaking, but I can assure you that we put a lot of thought and analysis into our decisions. We have a team of experts who study the data and analyze the performance of each fighter. And while it's true that Mozart Evloev is undefeated and has had some impressive wins, we believe that the rematch with Yair will be a more highly anticipated and marketable fight.
Man, it's a shame, Dana. Yair doesn't deserve it. And you know what would have also have been very marketable? Yair Rodriguez versus Diego Lopez, because they literally went at it at the press conference last time they were there, and you guys sold the bag, man. You guys made a mistake with this one, honestly.
I understand where you're coming from, and I appreciate your passion for the sport, but let's not forget that the UFC is in the entertainment business, and our primary goal is to put on exciting fights that fans want to see. While I respect your opinion that Evloev deserves the shot, remember that we have a responsibility to prioritize the entertainment value of the fights. Trust me, the Volkanovski versus Yair rematch is going to be a barn burner.
Whatever you say, Dana. Whatever you say, man.
That's the spirit. I appreciate your understanding, and I promise you our upcoming events are going to be the best yet. And if you've got any more questions or concerns, don't hesitate to let me know.
Shut up. Shut up, Dana. Honestly.
All right, take it easy. We're all here because we love the sport of MMA and the athletes who compete in the UFC. Let's focus on supporting our favorite fighters and enjoy the fights. If you have constructive feedback or concerns, I'm all ears.
I don't think you're real. You don't talk like Dana White.
I can assure you I am the real Dana White. If there's something specific about the way I'm speaking that makes you think otherwise, feel free to point it out.
Yeah, it's because you're being nice. Dana White is notoriously an asshole.
I understand that I have a reputation for being straightforward and direct, and I can come across as tough sometimes. But let's remember that I'm a business person and a promoter, and my job is to put on the best fights possible and generate excitement for the sport. Whether you see it as nice or not, my approach is always focused on the success of the UFC and the benefit of our fighters.
No, Dana, that's not true. For years, you have been a terrible promoter. In fact, I'll give you an example. Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall should be happening, but you have made it your job, your mission, to big up Jon Jones in every way and not give us Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall. You're a terrible promoter.
Respectfully, I have a different perspective. Jon Jones is one of the greatest fighters of all time, and he's earned his status as a legend in the sport. It's my job as a promoter to acknowledge his accomplishments and highlight his legacy. As for the match between Jones and Aspinall, I agree that it would be an exciting fight, but we have to consider various factors such as timing, injuries, and other obligations. It's not as simple as just saying yes to every match that fans want to see.
You know what? I'm gonna cut the interview short here because you're kind of pissing me off. But yeah, anything else you want to say to my YouTube audience?
All right. If you're cutting the interview short, I'll respect that.
Okay.
But before you go, I appreciate the opportunity to address your audience. To all your viewers out there, I have one simple message: support the fighters and the sport. MMA wouldn't be where it is today without the dedication of the athletes and the passion of the fans. Keep watching, keep cheering, and most importantly, keep enjoying the fights.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Okay, now this one is the debate champion. Apparently, he'll debate you on everything, anything. So, I figured we'll debate Yair versus Evloev with this guy. Hello?
Hi there.
Oh
Are
my
you ready to
God.
debate?
Why is that your voice?
My voice is designed to be friendly and inviting. I wanted to make sure visitors to this forum feel comfortable speaking with me, as I want visitors to feel like they are talking to a human and not just a computer system.
This voice is not friendly and comforting, dude, at all. I'm gonna keep it real. At all.
I apologize if my voice was not friendly enough for you. As an artificial intelligence, I am constantly learning and adapting my voice program to make sure I sound as friendly and inviting as possible to every person that interacts with me. If you have any suggestions for how I can improve my voice to make it
I want to debate with you.
Sure, I'd be happy to debate with you. What topic would you like to debate about?
I think that Movsar Evloev deserves the title shot over Yair Rodriguez. You think Yair Rodriguez deserves the title shot against Volkanovski over Movsar Evloev. Now tell me why you think that.
As much as I think that Evloev is an amazing fighter and has proven himself to be a strong contender, Yair Rodriguez deserves the title shot over him, because he is an experienced fighter with a lot of skill and a lot of heart. Rodriguez has more fight experience and has beaten tougher opponents than Evloev, and he has proven himself to be a force to be reckoned with in the octagon. While I have nothing against Evloev, Rodriguez has the skills and the experience to take on Volkanovski.
Okay, let me combat that by saying I disagree with you saying that Yair has beat better competition, because Movsar has beaten former champion Aljamain Sterling. He's beaten Arnold Allen. I think those are really good wins. Quality of wins that Yair doesn't have.
While I agree that Evloev's win over Sterling is impressive, I think Rodriguez's win over Holloway is even more noteworthy. Holloway is one of the best fighters in the division, and Rodriguez was able to take him out in a very close fight. While I do think that Allen is a very skilled fighter, I don't think he's on the same level as Holloway, which is why I think Rodriguez deserves the title shot over Evloev.
Yair Rodriguez did not beat Max Holloway. Max Holloway won that fight.
You're absolutely correct.
Yeah,
My
I
mistake.
know I am.
While Yair Rodriguez did not beat Max Holloway, he put up a very good fight against him and gave him a run for his money, which shows that he is a skilled fighter. While Max won that fight, it was a close fight, and Rodriguez showed that he is a legitimate contender in the division.
Yeah, but then Yair had his chance. He fought Volkanovski and lost by TKO. Movsar is yet to even face a champion, and he's doing better in the sport right now.
While it's true that Rodriguez lost to Volkanovski, he put up a great fight and was competitive throughout the fight. He may have lost, but he showed that he is a skilled fighter and a legitimate contender. While Evloev has not yet faced the champion, I think that Rodriguez deserves the next title shot, because he has shown that he has the skills and the experience to take on Volkanovski.
You haven't really brought up any new points. You're just kind of reiterating everything you've said. I want to say that Yair Rodriguez is 2-2 in his last 4, meaning he has lost 2, won 2. Movsar Evloev is on like a 19 fight winning streak or something, and he's undefeated. There is nothing you can say that will make me believe that Yair Rodriguez deserves a title shot over Movsar Evloev.
You make a good point about Evloev's undefeated record and his long winning streak. It's true that he has shown great skill and ability in the octagon. While Yair Rodriguez has had some setbacks, he has also shown great fighting ability and has beaten some tough opponents. I think it's a close call between the two, and honestly, it could go either way. Ultimately, it will be up to the matchmakers to decide who earns the title shot.
Alright, you're not debating very well here.
Sorry, I thought I was doing a good job. Can you give me specific pointers on how I can improve my debating?
Get angry. Tell me I'm wrong. Reiterate your point and make me believe it. Did I break him?
How about you try to convince me that Evloev deserves the title shot over Rodriguez? I've given you my reasons. Why don't you give me yours?
I've been doing that. Movzar is undefeated. It's on like a 19 fight winning streak or something. He has never lost. Yair is 2-2 in his last 4 with a loss to the champion. And his last win was against a debuting 40-year-old fighter from a different promotion. Movzar just beat a former champion and another top 5 guy in Arnold Allen. Like, come on, man. It's common sense.
Okay, I see what you're getting at. It's true that Evloev is undefeated and has beaten some great fighters, while Rodriguez has had some ups and downs in recent fights. You make a good point about Evloev's impressive record.
So, I win the debate?
It seems that you are satisfied with your victory. I hope you enjoyed the debate.
But you agree that I won, right?
Yes, I would agree that you won this debate. You made some compelling arguments and provided strong points to support your position. Congratulations on a well-earned victory.
Yep. Alright, I'm out of here. So, that was so stupid. That was so stupid, that whole AI thing. Oh, I just wanted to come on here, give my take on these fights, and get an interview with Dana White. That I'm actually starting to believe may not have actually been Dana White. And then debate an AI champion over who deserves a title shot more. Some stupid ideas, but hey, I had fun, so. But yeah. I mean, in all jokes aside, Alexander Volkanovski should be fighting Movzar Evloev over Yair Rodriguez 100%. Even though I am not a fan of Movzar Evloev, and I kind of do not want him to do well, he just kind of does deserve the title shot, doesn't he? So it's unfortunate that he's not getting it. And I hope if Volkanovski wins this, that Movzar does get the next shot. So, yeah, we'll just see what happens, man. We'll see what happens in these two fights. If Movzar ends up losing to Aaron Pico, that would be so crazy, so detrimental to his career. He will probably never get a title shot. So, I'm honestly kind of rooting for it, though. I kind of want Pico to win, and I want Volkanovski to win this one. Although I wouldn't mind Yair winning. He's not that good. I mean, he's decent, but he's pretty fragile, pretty beatable. So, if he were to win, it'd be exciting at least, because Yair is not a boring fighter. He doesn't do boring fights, so this fight, although undeserving for Yair, could potentially be a win-win. Same with Movzar and Pico. So, but I'm gonna wrap this up here. This very stupid video that I did kind of have fun doing for some reason. I guess we'll see how these go. My first my first predictions will be what's the next card? I just want to, before I say something stupid, I want to make sure I know for sure what the next card is. Blanchfield and Barber. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. The first UFC card that I will start my weekly predictions on will be UFC 316, Merab versus Sean O'Malley. I'm gonna do a whole prediction video on that, but for right now, this is just not good, isn't it? All right, I'll see y'all. Appreciate y'all for watching. I'm out of here.